Hello, everyone, and welcome to Black Cats TV with me, Conrad. Mike's not feeling very well today, so send him your best. But literally, the game's finished, 2 minutes ago, possibly. And yeah, we got beat. What was it, 90, 91, 92nd minute winner for what they call Stoke City. Tom Cannon scoring after a bit of a defensive lapse in concentration, mistake, if you want to call it that, from '09, and then we couldn't clear our lines, and he just smashed it in the bottom corner, and we got beat. I don't know. I'm very frustrated about the whole game. I felt we had more than enough chances to be winning at half time. We had more than enough chances again in the second half, even though Stoke did up their game definitely in the second half to put the game beyond them. And another sickening blow, a bit like the Blackburn one on Boxing Day, where right again towards the end we've thrown away more points, like Millwall, Sheffield United, Blackburn today. It just seems to be a thing that we're not holding on as much anymore, or not putting the game beyond teams, at least anyway. I'm just thinking back to some of the chances that we missed. Mayanda with a free header from 5-6 yards out. There was just a few that just required extra. And their keeper did make some good saves. I will give props to their keeper. He made some very good saves from us. I think, looking at the stats on Sky Sports, I think we had 7 shots on target, and apparently he made 7 saves throughout the game as well. So I would think he obviously deserves some sort of credit there, and I think he's one of the ones that they've been talking about very high praise this season. So you can clearly see why. Stoke, 4 shots on target, forcing 3 saves, and obviously one of those found the back of the net towards the end there. We did have the better of possession as well. I think 55% roughly on here. Just the clear-cut chances. Again, the one that pops to mind is Mayenda, but there was Isidore in the first half, the toe poke that was tipped onto the post. Ashish had a good few efforts as well, forcing saves from the keeper. Job, I think, down to his side at one point. So I don't want to feel sort of grim and gutted too much, but we should have won. We really should have won that game. We didn't. And now, when we go to the table, I know a few of them are playing later on, it seems, anyway. But Sheffield United are on 49, Leeds are on 48, Burnley on 47, and then it's us on 44. So we're already 4 points away, potentially further if Leeds get a result later on. I think we'd have a game in hand, but still, Blackburn have a game in hand on us, of course, so they can get a few more points back on us as well. I'm starting to think we're sort of locked into this playoffs at the moment, and which at the start of the season would have been fantastic from where we were last season and what we all would have said as the minimum sort of expectation for us. I think it's just we all know we can play better than this and that we are better than this. But we've thrown away a lot of points this season already, not including the games I mentioned just before, but even some of the draws in that spell where we drew 5-6 in a row. Just, yeah, the Watford away earlier on in the season where we get back in the game, a silly mistake from Dan Neil, who has been a lot better recently as well. I'm just trying to think back to Plymouth where we got back on level terms and then we went for the winner when should probably just taken the fact that we got back into it. We are missing a lot of players at the moment. I don't want to use that as an excuse, but we did look a bit different without Chris Rigg today, although I did think Ashish probably had a good game for us. He was a threat, apart from when he stepped over the ball randomly a couple of times and just forgot where it was. Yeah, it feels like a sickening blow, and this might be a bit early to do a review. I haven't let it settle. I feel very annoyed about it, and a bit worried about New Year's Day with Sheffield United, because I feel we really have to beat them now. We had to win anyway, if we wanted any point of sort of really stamping our authority on it. But we could have been walking away from the last 2 games with 4 points at the minimum, and we've walked away with 1. And I know Sheffield United got beat the other day and they drew today, but so they're no further away. But Leeds have an opportunity to go there. Burnley beat Sheffield United as well, so they threw themselves right back into it as well, and we need to do the same. I mean, hopefully Riggs' injury is not too bad. Hopefully Mundell and Brown aren't too far away from being back in. I mean, we're getting to January soon, and we desperately need either some creative flair to really unlock the front line of this team for goals, or we need another striker to really help in. Isidor's doing all right, but he's not an absolute out and out goal scorer. 20 a season, and I think it was clear to see today that Mayenda doesn't quite have what it takes either. The Blackburn chance at the end when he was through on goal and he didn't even have a shot, he just ran into the keeper. His free header today. There was a couple of times today, I don't want to dig him out too much because I do like him and I do think he's got something about him, but there was a couple of times where Gooch is on a yellow card and they played it into him, and he's really quick-minded, and he just felt like he wasn't running after it, like at the speed that he could, and or even testing Gooch to see if it was like, right, let's make you make a tackle on me here, let's try and get something here. I do think, I haven't mentioned it so far, we probably should have had a penalty in the first half when Meppen was pulled back from having a free shot. It won't get seen. There was a weird decision in the second half where Neil was fouled and he was playing advantage, so Job slid in to try and get it, and in doing so he went, oh, actually that's a foul, and gave it back to Stoke. Didn't have any impact on the game or the goal. It was just earlier on, just some strange decisions. Sirkin had a bit of an off game. I think he lost the flight of the ball a good couple of times. He lost his position. I don't know if he's still, feeling his injury and what have you. His wrist injury is not quite letting him play the way he wants to. It was just felt off today, and it felt like we were never going to score, even though we were having the chances and getting ourselves in good positions. It just felt like we were never going to get it. And now we're, I don't want to say playoff limbo because it's very early in the season, so we're halfway through. We've got a long way to go yet. Just, I'm wary that we're going to get cut adrift from the top two, and that's what we want, really. We want automatics, But hey ho. On to Wednesday. Massive game now. Have to beat them. Have to. So let me know what you thought in the comments as well. And it's very early, very raw at the moment. Still very annoyed, so I'd love to know what you were thinking as well. It might be that I talk to Mike in a couple of days for a video, and we're not, I don't think half the same things anymore. That I've let it settle and digest and seen a few things back, but it just, yeah. So thank you for tuning in. I'll see you again in our next video. Send your best to Mike, who's not feeling very well at the minute, and we'll see you at the next one. Take care now.